If you have melanin-rich skin, winter can be a very difficult time for your skin. And the reason for that is naturally people with melanin-rich skin tend to be on the drier side and lose a lot of water in their skin. And so that puts you at a disadvantage because winter is also going to make your skin extra dry. So today I'm going to be talking about how to create a winter skincare routine for people with melanin-rich skin. So creating a skincare routine is very simple. There are three main parts or products that you need in a skincare routine. You need something to cleanse your skin, you need something to hydrate your skin, and you need something to protect your skin. So that's the basics. Typically in the winter, my recommendation is that you do your cleansing in the evening. So you cleanse your skin, you hydrate, and then you go to sleep. And then in the morning, you can just use water, or you can still use a cleanser, use a moisturizer, and then you can use a protectant, sunscreen, things like that. So we're going to go into the details of what you want to look for in terms of products that will be great for the winter time. So starting with a cleanser, you want to stick to more gentle cleansers if you don't have any problems with your skin. So if you have acne, then you might want to look for more foaming cleansers or cleansers that contain salicylic acid. But if you don't have those problems, then you want to look for a more hydrating cleanser. So these are going to be labeled as hydrating cleanser or gentle cleanser. These are the type of cleansers that are not going to strip moisture from your skin. And then when you do your cleansing, I would recommend that you cleanse primarily in the evening because you want to remove as much dirt and oil as possible from the whole day and then go to sleep with like a clean skin. So cleansing in the evening is going to be great. Stick to gentle cleansers. If you have problems with your skin like acne, or you're trying to treat something specific, then you can use a more stripping cleanser, but it's then going to be important that the moisturizer you use is more fortified. So let's get into the next step, which is the best moisturizer for your skin. So if you're looking for a moisturizer, there are three main things that you want to look for in a moisturizer as a person with melanin-rich skin. So you want to make sure that, first of all, every moisturizer that you use, the first ingredient is going to be water. Okay, we need water in our skin, not just drinking it, but on our skin. And so moisturizers typically have the ingredient of water as the first ingredient. And then the next ingredient that you want to look for, I'm going to give you three that are going to help keep moisture in your skin. So the first ingredient is going to be ceramides, the second ingredient is going to be hyaluronic acid, and the third ingredient is going to be glycerin. These three ingredients help to keep moisture in your skin. As a matter of fact, sometimes they actually take moisture from the atmosphere and bring it to your skin. That's usually the case with hyaluronic acid or glycerin. So you want to make sure that your moisturizer has at least one of these products. Sometimes you might find all three in a moisturizer, and this is going to be the better option for you because, again, we tend to be dry and we tend to lose a lot of moisture in our skin, and winter is going to make everything worse. So you have to make sure that you're using a very, very good moisturizer. I like the product, the Double Repair Cream by La Roche-Posay, not sponsored, but that is a good product because it contains ceramides, and I believe it contains hyaluronic acid as well. Another thing that you might want to use or add to your moisturizer routine is going to be making sure that the product contains some shea butter in it. So shea butter is not necessarily moisturizing, but it's going to help as a pseudo protectant to keep or trap the moisture on your skin. So a lot of La Roche-Posay products do contain shea butter, but if not, then you can add a little bit of shea butter on top of your moisturizer just to trap the moisture on your skin. And another way to do that is going to be with Vaseline, although I consider Vaseline to be more of a protectant during the winter, because when it's really cold outside and it's windy, some of the air can be quite abrasive on the skin. And if you have a nice protective layer of Vaseline, then that's going to protect you from the cold air that can be quite abrasive and can cause inflammation down the line. Now, the last step is always going to be protection. So sunscreen is important even in the winter. Believe it or not, the sun in the winter is still gonna have a lot of UVA rays, which can cause photoaging and damage to the skin. And so it's very important that you make sure you use a sunscreen. I prefer mineral sunscreens, but a lot of times those can be difficult to find that will not leave a white cast. So whatever sunscreen you can use is fine, at least 30 SPF. Use that daily, and then like I said, use your sunscreen and put a little bit of a layer of Vaseline on top just to protect your skin, especially from the wind when you have like really high wind chills or cold wind chills. So that is how you should approach a skincare routine in the winter. Obviously, if you have skin problems, then you might need to add or subtract some things from the routine, but this is the basics that everybody with melanin-rich skin should be doing. I hope you found this video useful. If you have any questions, leave them below, and I'll see you on the next video.